sun will settle low behind the cotton fields, throwing long shadows across my windshield. I ease that old pickup into the gravel line, right where I've parked 100 other Friday nights. Kill the engine, listen for a little while. Heard a steel guitar drifting through the open sky. Before my boots ever touched that old front step, it felt like I'd already walked back in. The porch light flickered on above the weathered sign, like I knew I'd been gone just enough time. A couple laughed beside a dusty pickup bed, shaking hands with folks they hadn't seen yet. Somebody held the door and tipped his hat, said, "Good to see you, Jack," just plain as that. You don't have to wonder where you fit when a place remembers who you are. There's gravel in the parking lot and neon in the fading light, a song already waiting before I step inside, where every face ain't famous, but every name belongs. Sometimes home's a honky tonk. When the work week's done, tonight my heart got there before these boots walked on. I caught the smell of coffee and old pine floors, mixed with stories that had been told before. The piano found a gentle little run, and the drummer counted off the evening's first one. I laid one hand against that wooden door, like an old friend I'd leaned on years before. Funny how a man can drive 4 miles just to find himself right where he started. There's gravel in the parking lot and neon in the fading light, a song already waiting before I step inside, where every face ain't famous, but every name belongs. Sometimes home's a honky tonk. When the work week's done, tonight my heart got there before these boots walked on. Lord knows life can scatter us down highways far from home, but every now and then you find a place that leaves the light on. Not because they need you, just because you're known. There's gravel in the parking lot and music in the air, 100 ordinary souls with stories left to share. The night's just getting started, and I can't already tell. There's more than songs behind that door, and I'll know 'em well. Took one last look at the sunset, reach for that old handle slow. Sometimes all it takes is one familiar glow. The steel guitar kept calling as the door swung open wide. I left the day behind me and walked into the night. The fiddle caught my ear before I crossed the room. Boot heels keeping time on those old pine boards. Ray looked up and grinned from his usual chair. Said, "You're late," like he told me that for years. We shook hands away, working men still do. Firm enough to say we both made it through. One good laugh was all it took somehow to leave another long week at the door. Tom was telling that same old fishing tale, swore that bass was bigger every time. Earl just rolled his eyes and tipped his cap. Said, "You've been stretching that one since '79. The waitress knew our names before we spoke, brought a bucket down and another Coke. No one hurried, no one watched the clock. The evening still had miles to go. Cold beer, warm handshake, that's how a good night starts. A chair pulled out beside you makes room around the heart. We ain't counting victories, we ain't settling scores, just old friends picking up right where we left before. Funny how the years fade away with a cold beer, warm handshake. There were a few more gray hairs around the room, a couple empty chairs we all still missed. Some names came up with quiet little smiles, like they were listening somewhere close to us. Then somebody dropped a quarter in the jukebox, and the whole place sang before the chorus stopped. You can't buy the kind of peace you find when everybody knows your story. Cold beer, warm handshake, that's how a good night starts. A chair pulled out beside you makes room around the heart. We ain't counting victories, we ain't settling scores, just old friends picking up right where we left before. Funny how the years fade away with a cold beer, warm handshake. A man spends half his life trying to get somewhere new, then one familiar smile reminds him what carries him through. Not the miles behind him, but the folks still glad he came. Cold beer, warm handshake, and the band begins to play. The talk gets a little louder as the daylight slips away. There's comfort in the ordinary that no money ever made, just a room full of good people, glad another friend showed up today. If home can wear a neon sign, it's a cold beer, warm handshake. never left at all. The night's just getting started, and we're all right where we belong. That pedal steel laid one long note, and every conversation slowed. The boys up there just smiled around like they knew what was coming now. Pete took his place behind the drums. Eddie counted 1, 2, 1 before the first verse found the room. Boots were sliding across the floor. Miss Louise was dancing with her husband Joe. Same two-step they've shared for 30 years or more. He still held her hand the way he did back then, like Friday nights were never meant to end. Young folks watched and found the beat. Old-timers tapped their worn-out feet. Around here every song's a friend. You don't have to learn it twice. The band knows our names and the songs we came to hear. They can see a smile coming before the first note fills the air. They know who'll ask for Merle, who'll sing every George Jones line. The band knows our names, and that's enough tonight. Nobody cared if the paint was worn or if the stage had seen better years. The coffee was strong, the lights were dim, and the jukebox got to rest a while. You won't find much that's fancy here, just folks who've shown up year after year. Funny how the simple things are the ones you come back for. The band knows our names and the songs we came to hear. They can see a smile coming before the first note fills the air. They know who'll ask for Merle, who'll sing every George Jones line. The band knows our names, and that's enough tonight. I've been through places with brighter lights than these, but they never felt as warm as this old wooden floor. You don't have to be somebody to belong in here. The band knows our names, and they play like old friends do. Every chorus brings us closer to the best parts we've lived through. Another couple joins the dancers, another laugh rolls through The night's still young and the music's right. The band knows our names and everything feels right tonight. The next song started softly. Another pair stepped out. The evening found its rhythm, and nobody wanted to sit this one out.
I found an empty stool down near the end, where the piano filled the quiet in between. A fellow nodded from the seat beside, pushed a long neck over with an easy smile, said, "Looks like yours is getting low, like we'd been talking all along." Some folks shake your hand first, some just make a little room. He'd driven freight from Dallas down to Laredo, till the highway started wearing on his bones. Said his oldest girl was raising kids now, and his youngest had a place of her own. And I told him I'd spent most my life punching clocks and changing tires. Funny how two working men can measure time the very same. By the next round, that's all he had to say. No questions about where I'd been or why I came. Just two old chairs and stories passed around. Sometimes strangers turn to friends, but by the next round, he showed me one worn photograph, folded soft from years inside his billfold. A woman smiling on a front porch swing, gone now, but never far from home. Neither one of us tried fixing anything, we just listened when the other spoke. Some burdens grow a little lighter when somebody lets you tell them. By the next round, that's all he had to say. No questions about where I'd been or why I came. Just two old chairs and stories passed around. Sometimes strangers turn to friends, but by the next round, life has a way of introducing folks without a last name ever said. A little kindness crosses every county line and leaves you richer when the night is through. By the next round, before the first one's gone, we laughed about old paychecks and where the years had gone. The band kept playing softly while the room kept settling in. Sometimes all it takes to find a friend is one empty stool, one open heart, and by the next round, when the next song started, we both turned toward the stage. Two strangers when the evening began, two old friends by the end of the day. In the corner by the window sat a fellow all alone, army jacket on his shoulders, though the colors all had worn. He was watching couples dancing more than looking at his dream, like his mind was somewhere else before he stopped to think. When I asked if I could join him, he just nodded toward the chair. Some men don't say much at first, but they've got plenty they can share. He said most folks ask what country or what year I was overseas. Truth is, what I still remember ain't the things they see on screens. He talked about a farm boy from Iowa who whistled every dawn, and a letter from his mother that he carried till it was gone. He never spoke about being brave, just the friends who never made it home. The fellow in the army jacket never asked for sympathy. He just spoke in quiet sentences that stayed a while with me. Some stories aren't in history books or carved in marble stone. They're carried by the men who came back, and those who came back alone. The band played soft behind us as he folded both his hands. He smiled when someone thanked him and changed the subject once again. Asked me what kind of work I'd done, if my children lived nearby. Before I knew it, I was talking, and he mostly listened while I tried. Somehow he made another man feel like his own life mattered too. The fellow in the army jacket never asked for sympathy. He just spoke in quiet sentences that stayed a while with me. Some stories aren't in history books or carved in marble stone. They're carried by the men who came back, and those who came back alone. When he stood to leave, he reached and shook my hand, said, "Take care of the people waiting when you get back home." I don't believe he knew how long those words would last. The fellow in the army jacket left more than an empty chair. He left a little reminder to notice who's still there. The loudest men aren't always the ones who've seen the most. Sometimes courage wears an old field coat and speaks soft across the table. I watched him walk out slowly and silently raised my glass. The pedal steel cried one long note as the door closed through the light. Nobody in the room applauded, but everybody watched him leave. He pulled up a chair and loosened his cap, said, "Mind if I sit here a spell?" Had diesel on his jacket, road dust on his boots, and a story he could surely tell. He laughed that truck stop coffee could wake the dead by dawn. Then he grinned and took a sip like he'd been living on it all along. He said, I've seen Amarillo disappear behind my mirrors, watched Oklahoma sunrises through 40,000 gears. I've hauled hay and heavy steel, Christmas toys and cattle feed. Folks see the load I'm pulling, they don't see the folks I lead. Freightliner out on I-35, rolling through another night. White lines and radio songs keep an old man company. The longest miles ain't measured by the signs along the road. They're the ones that laid away from the front porch back at home. He reached into his wallet for a picture soft with age. His wife stood by the mailbox waving like she always waved. He said she still leaves the porch light on even when she knows I'm late. After all these years together, she still waits the same old way. Freightliner out on I-35, rolling through another night. White lines and radio songs keep an old man company. The longest miles ain't measured by the signs along the road. They're the ones that laid away from the front porch back at home. A man can learn each highway, every curve and county line, but there's no map ever printed for missing home on time. You just keep both hands steady and point the hood toward morning. Freightliner out on I-35, carrying somebody's day. One more load, one more paycheck, one more town along the way. He raised his bottle with a smile, said I'd do it all again. Just don't ask me what I miss, 'cause you already know. It's never been the highway, it's always been back home. The Telecaster found another run as he headed for the door. Tomorrow he'd be chasing daylight like he'd done 10,000 times before. She'd been working in that dance hall long as anybody knew. White apron needs a smile, making every table new. She'd ask, how's your little boy? Or did your crops come in? Before she'd ever write an order, she remembered where you'd been. She knew Earl would wait for Conway, Joe liked Haggard loud. Miss Louise lit up smiling when the fiddle drew a crowd. She'd nod toward the little stage, tell the boys what folks were hoping. Half the room thought they chose the songs, she just kept the evening going. She never missed a Friday night or the faces coming through. She knew us by our favorite songs more than what we liked to drink. She made an old dance hall feel more like somebody's home. Some folks never take the stage, but they're the reason people come. She noticed empty
chairs long before the rest of us, set one place instead of two, then quietly filled the cups. She never made a fuss of things, just carried on with grace. Sometimes kindness wears a name tag and a smile upon its face. She never missed a Friday night or the faces coming through. She knew us by our favorite songs more than what we liked to drink. She made an old dance hall feel more like somebody's home. Some folks never take the stage, but they're the reason people come. A town is built by people who rarely get the praise, the ones who keep the lights on and remember all our names. Years go by unnoticed till one night they're not there. She never missed a Friday night, and somehow neither did we. There was comfort in her welcome, like an old familiar key. The band played one more shuffle, the room kept singing on. She never stood beneath the spotlight, but she helped it shine all along. If this place has got a heartbeat, she's been keeping time for years. She passed our table smiling as another song began. The whole room felt a little warmer, just because she walked through it.
The room got a little quieter after the fast songs had been played. Folks leaned back instead of forward, let the evening find its pace. A man who'd laughed the loudest stared a while into his hands. Funny what a little silence can help another man understand. One talked about a son in Denver who didn't call as much these days. Another missed the family farm they sold to pay the bank. Nobody tried to fix a thing or tell somebody they were wrong. We just let each story settle like an old familiar song. Bar stools tell the truth when the night gets rolling on. Pride hangs on the coat rack till the morning comes along. No one's keeping score, no one's trying to win, just ordinary people letting the daylight in. Bar stools tell the truth, and that's a good place to begin. I looked around that old dance hall at faces lined by working time, hands that built, repaired, and carried more than anybody knew. You won't hear those stories on the evening news.
but they're the kind that hold the town together year by year. Bar stools tell the truth when the night gets rolling on. Pride hangs on the coat rack till the morning comes along. No one's keeping score, no one's trying to win, just ordinary people letting the daylight in. Bar stools tell the truth, and that's a good place to begin. Maybe growing older isn't finding every answer. Maybe it's learning you don't have to hide the questions, and finding folks who listen anyway. Bar stools tell the truth long before last call. A little understanding gets passed around us all. You leave a little lighter than the way you walked inside, not because your troubles left, but because somebody listened a while. Bar stools tell the truth, and tonight so did we. The steel guitar sighed softly, nobody rushed to speak. Sometimes the strongest friendship is shared across a quiet seat.
The fiddle found a slower tune, and the talking settled down. An old man reached beside his chair as the band looked all around. She smiled before she took his hand, like she'd done 10,000 times. They never missed a single step when they crossed that worn-out line. He still laid his hand upon her back, the way a gentleman should do. She still leaned a little closer, like she always wanted to. They weren't dancing for attention. There was nothing left to prove, just two hearts that learned together how forever ought to move. Take my hand again, like you did back then, when the road was long and we were young. Take my hand again, we'll let this old song spin. If love can last this many years, it starts right here. Take my hand again. I thought about my own sweet days, and the woman by my side. All the miles and all the mornings that somehow slipped
slipped on by. Maybe love ain't made of grand words or roses every spring. Maybe it's just reaching out before the music ends. Take my hand again, like you did back then, when the road was long and we were young. Take my hand again, we'll let this old song spin. If love can last this many years, it starts right here. Take my hand again. Time may silver all our hair and slow the steps we knew, but every dance is easy when the one beside you's true. Years don't steal the promise, they teach your heart to see. The strongest kind of love lives in simple memories. Take my hand again, like you did back then, through every joy and every bend. Take my hand again, I choose you now the same, as long as one more waltz begins and this old heart still can. Take my hand again. The song came to its quiet end. They never let go soon. Some folks carry love for years, like a favorite old tune.
The band picked up the tempo and the fiddle wore a grin. The old folks caught their second wind. Then the young ones wandered in. A daddy showed his daughter where to start and where to stand. She laughed when she got tangled, till he reached and took her hand. The couple from the corner finally found the floor. They watched the older dancers like they'd done this all before. One turn became another, then they found the beat just right. You could almost see tomorrow, learning from tonight. Boot prints on the dance floor, old ones, new ones too. Different years, different stories, same old two-step shoes. The music keeps on rolling long after we're all gone. Boot prints on the dance floor keep the whole town moving on. Mr. Wilson tipped his hat as he headed to his chair. A young man took the same spot with
with the same kind of care. The room kept changing faces, but somehow stayed the same. The songs outlived the singers, and the love outlived the names. Boot prints on the dance floor, old ones, new ones too. Different years, different stories, same old two-step shoes. The music keeps on rolling long after we're all gone. Boot prints on the dance floor keep the whole town moving on. Nobody owns the melody, we only borrow time. Then we pass it down one Saturday night at a time. That's how little places stay young through the years. Boot prints on the dance floor, leading side by side, from worn out work boots to a young bride's Sunday pride. The fiddle keeps on calling, another couple sways. Boot prints on the dance floor, find another pair each day. As long as someone answers, this old room will never age. The laughter filled the spaces where the slow songs used to be. Another generation found the rhythm, just like somebody once did for me.
The piano played the first few notes, and every voice grew still. Nobody had to say the name, they already knew it well. A few folks smiled across the room, a few looked at the floor. Funny how an old familiar tune can open an old door. One couple held each other close like they were 22. A fellow at the end of the bar quietly sang every word. I thought about my daddy humming that same melody, driving home on Sunday nights with the windows down and me asleep. That song we used to know found us one more time. It carried yesterday right into tonight. Some memories fade, but a good old country song knows exactly where to find the hearts that's lived inside that song we used to know. Still knows us by name. When the chorus came around again, nobody sang it quite the same. Some heard wedding dances, some heard goodbye trains, some remembered front porch evenings, some a radio on the dash. We all brought something different, but the song held all of that. That song we used to know found us one more time. It carried yesterday right into tonight. Some memories fade, but a good old country song knows exactly where to find
once lived inside that song we used to know, still knows us by name. Maybe that's what music's for, not to change the way we've lived, but to remind us none of it was ever wasted. Every mile, every smile still has a place to rest. That song we used to know stayed a little after it was gone. You could see it in the faces long after the last line. The room grew just a little quieter. No one seemed to mind. Some songs don't ever really end, they just wait their turn again. That song we used to know walked us home a while tonight. The piano let the last note linger, then the room breathed in again. For a little while we'd all been somewhere else together.
They'd been sitting by the window where the band was easy to hear. He'd straighten up his collar, she'd tuck a loose strand behind her ear. Every slow song found them smiling, but neither one would make a move, like they were waiting on the right one to give two restless hearts some room. I remembered years ago, standing where that young man stood, wondering if she'd say yes, and hoping that she would. Funny how the miles go by, but some things never really change. Love still starts with borrowed courage and a hand held out the same. Looks like they're saving this dance for a moment they'll always keep. One slow turn across the floor, one promise they don't have to speak. The world's still full of first chances, if you're willing to take the stand. Sometimes forever begins when you simply take someone's hand. The room got just a little quieter as they found an easy pace. He quit watching all the others, she quit looking down
the song was ending, they were laughing soft and low, like they'd known the steps for years, though they'd learned them all tonight. Looks like they're saving this dance for a moment they'll always keep. One slow turn across the floor, one promise they don't have to speak. The world's still full of first chances, if you're willing to take the stand. Sometimes forever begins when you simply take someone's hand. Life can make a person careful after all they've been through, but every lasting story starts with somebody saying, would you? Looks like they're saving this dance for the years still yet to come. Through every season waiting and every setting sun, may they find what others found here. When the music filled this room, a little faith, a little patience, and a love that learned to bloom. The band played one more slow song. They never let go of each other's hands.
The bartender called out a loud last call, the smile he'd worn for years. Nobody reached for their jackets, nobody hurried out of here. The band set down their instruments, but the stories carried on, like old friends knew this little place could stretch another song. A waitress stacked the empty glasses, slow as if she understood. Some conversations take their time, and that's the way they should. A fellow by the window laughed at something said before. You could tell the night's best moments weren't the ones the jukebox stored. Leave the lights down low, just a little longer now. There's comfort in familiar voices, more than anyone allows. The clock can have tomorrow, tonight belongs to friends we know. Leave the lights down low, we're not quite ready yet to go. I looked around that old dance hall at faces I'd just come to know. Funny how a stranger story can
feel like one you've always told. Outside the Texas night was waiting, cool beneath the stars above. But there was something in that room that felt a whole lot like home. Leave the lights down low, just a little longer now. There's comfort in familiar voices, more than anyone allows. The clock can have tomorrow, tonight belongs to friends we know. Leave the lights down low, we're not quite ready yet to go. Life spends enough time pulling us apart, with long roads and working days. It's good to find a place now and then where nobody's in a hurry to walk away. Leave the lights down low till the last good story's told. Some memories are made in silence when the room grows warm and old. We'll all step out together when it's finally time to go. But leave the lights down low, just a little longer, nice and slow. The neon hummed above the door, and no one was the first to leave.
The coffee pot had long gone cold, the chairs were turned a little slow, but every table still held somebody with one more tale to let you know. Nobody checked the time of night or talked about the break of day. For a little while that old dance hall kept the outside world away. One rancher spoke of grandkids, mechanic missed his dad. A widow smiled at stories that made the lonely hurt less bad. We all carried something with us when we walked through that front door. Funny how a room of strangers could leave us lighter than before. Nobody mentioned tomorrow, the bills or the miles to drive. Nobody counted the hours or worried about 9 to 5. We just let the music find us like it always seemed to do. Some nights are worth remembering just because you live them through. The bartender leaned on the counter like he'd seen this all before. Folks who came in carrying burdens, leaving less than what they wore. The neon painted every smile in a soft, familiar glow, and nobody seemed in any hurry to be the first one out the door. Nobody mentioned tomorrow, the bills or the miles to drive. Nobody counted hours, or worried about 9 to 5. We just let the music find us like it always seemed to do. Some nights are worth remembering just because you lived them through. Morning always finds us, the roads on our waiting still. But peace can last a lifetime, from one evening standing still. Nobody mentioned tomorrow, and maybe that was enough to remind us life is measured by ordinary moments of love. When I stepped into the moonlight, I carried something new, a thankful heart for simple things and the folks I never knew. The night kept all our worries till the sun came looking through. The piano found a quiet tune as the last few glasses dried. Old Charlie folded up his tab, Miss Ruth stood by his side. The bartender smiled and called them both like he'd done for years before. You could hear more hard and good night folks than in 100 words or more. He knew whose grandkids just moved back, who'd been laid off at the mill, who still brought flowers every Sunday to the church out on the hill. He never asked for thanks at all, he just kept the welcome warm. Some folks build a place with lumber, some with kindness every morn. Here's to the bartenders, good night, and the way he says your name, like you're more than just a face or another passing day. When the bottles all are empty and the music's growing slow, you leave feeling just a little better than you did an hour ago. He wiped the counter one last time, hung the towels neat and straight, turned the jukebox silence on, locked the front, but let us wait. We shook his hand before we left. He said, drive safe now, my friend. Some doors only close for evening, the welcome never ends. Here's to the bartenders, good night, and the way he says your name, like you're more than just a face or another passing day. When the bottles all are empty and the music's growing slow, you leave feeling just a little better than you did an hour
It ain't always grand occasions that help a weary soul. Sometimes it's a steady handshake that quietly makes you whole. The finest folks I've ever known never ask for any praise. They simply live a little comfort in ordinary days. Here's to the bartenders, good night. To the lights turned soft and low. To every chair that's held a friend with somewhere else to go. Tomorrow's waiting down the road, but tonight was worth the drive. Some hearts keep serving long after the neon says goodbye. He locked the door behind us with a smile that said enough. Funny how the smallest kindness can travel home with us.
Gravel crunch beneath our boots, out where the pick of headlights shine. Little group stood talking easy, like nobody was watching time. One fellow said, "You need a ride." Another checked an older friend. No one fired up an engine till they knew how nights would end. A waitress waved from by the doorway. The bartender locked the place. An old ranch hand pulled up his collar against the cool that filled the space. Somebody laughed, "Call when you get there," though the drive was only 10 more miles. Around here folks have always measured love in little acts like that. Nobody leaves alone, that's the way it's always been. You walk somebody to their truck, you shake another's hand again. These old roads feel a little shorter when you know somebody cares. Nobody leaves alone, there's a neighbor everywhere. I climbed inside my old half-ton and watched the taillights drift away. Red lights fading down the highway like prayers carried through the dark. I realized what filled that dance hall was more than music, more than song. It was ordinary people making sure we all got home. Nobody leaves alone, that's the way it's always been. You walk somebody to their truck, you shake another's hand again. These old roads feel a little shorter when you know somebody cares. Nobody leaves alone, there's a neighbor everywhere. The world's been moving
Just one more outstretched hand. Nobody leaves alone, not in spirit, not tonight. You carry every conversation past the neon's fading light. The miles are waiting out there, but they don't seem so long. Nobody leaves alone. You take a little home alone. The last truck turned onto the highway, and the porch light stayed behind.
The fiddle found a quieter way. The piano barely touched the keys. Folks drew a little closer in, like they were gathering around old memories. The bartender dimmed another light. The dancers hardly made a sound. Even the laughter knew somehow this was the last song of the night. An old man rested his wife's hand right where it always seemed to fit. A young couple watched from just behind, trying hard to remember every step. The band leader tipped his hat and smiled like he'd done 1,000 nights before. Nobody said a single word as they drifted out across the floor. One last slow number, one more turn around. Hold on a little longer before the music settles down. Some nights leave you richer than any paycheck ever could. One last slow number reminds us life was good. I thought about the miles I'd driven, the jobs that came and went with time, the friends I'd buried, dreams I'd chased, and all the blessings still called mine. Funny how a simple waltz can carry years inside a tune. For a little while we weren't getting older, we were just sharing one more room. One last slow number, one more turn around. Hold on a little longer before the music settles down. Some nights leave you richer than any paycheck ever could. One last slow number reminds us life was good. When the final chord stopped ringing, nobody hurried for the door. The silence said what words can't tell. We'd all been given something more.
long after every note was gone. We stood there with our memories until the quiet carried on.
Headlights crossed the gravel slope. One by one they eased away. Taillights faded down the county road like embers at the end of day. A screen door closed behind the hall. The neon gave its final glow. I pulled my jacket around my shoulders and watched old friends head home. Charlie waved from his old Ford, said, "Take it easy, see you soon." The Wilsons headed south together, humming one more familiar tune. Fresh tire tracks marked the parking lot beside the footprints from the dance. Funny how a few good hours can leave a heart with one more chance. Headlights across the gravel, stars above the pines. Everybody's taking home a little peace of mind. The music's left the building, but it lingers all the same. Headlights across the gravel, and friends I'll know by name. I sat a minute in my truck before I turned the key, thinking how an ordinary night had quietly changed me. No grand promises were spoken, no miracles in sight, just neighbors sharing borrowed burdens till they all felt light. Headlights across the gravel, stars above the pines. Everybody's taking home a little peace of mind. The music's left the building, but it lingers all the same. Headlights across the gravel, and friends I'll know by name. Tomorrow's waiting down the road with work and bills and miles to drive, but tonight reminded all of us why a small town heart survives. Headlights across the gravel, stars above the pines. Everybody's taking home a little peace of mind. The music's left the building, but it lingers all the same. Headlights across the gravel, and friends I'll know by name. The last truck disappeared from sight. The crickets took the final turn. I drove beneath the Texas sky
with more than I'd arrived with.
The highway stretched beneath my wheels with the radio turned down low. The stars were keeping quiet company on that old two-lane back home. My hands still smelled of worn-out wood from the table where we talked. Funny how a few plain words can stay with you that long. Nobody won a thing tonight. No fortunes changed their hands. The rancher still had fences. The truckers still had miles to stand. The widow missed her husband. The young man still chased dreams. But every heart seemed lighter than it did at 3:30. Everybody carried something home, more than what they brought. A little hope from someone else's story, a little piece they never bought. Disappear, they just weren't ours alone. Everybody carried something home. I thought about the bartender calling everyone by name. The couples on the dance floor still smiling, through the years the same. The strangers at the corner booth who left shaking hands as friends. Sometimes that's all it takes to help a hurting heart mend. Everybody carried something home, more than what they brought. A little hope from someone else's story, a little piece they never bought. The burdens didn't disappear, they just weren't ours alone. Everybody carried something home. Tomorrow would still meet us with sunrise working time, but tonight proves simple kindness can outlast closing time. Everybody carried something home, more than what they brought. A little faith in ordinary people that can't be sold or bought. No pockets weighed with riches, just hearts a little strong. Everybody carried something home, and somehow carried less alone. Porch light found me waiting like it always used to do. I thank the Lord for simple nights and the folks who helped me through. I checked my mirror one last time. The neon still was shining bright, growing smaller with each mile against the quiet Texas night. The gravel settled where I'd been. The stars took over overhead. There wasn't much I brought back home, but plenty running through my head. That old hall never promised much, just four walls and a wooden floor, a friendly hand, a listening ear, and room enough for one heart more. Folks came carrying different loads. Some were heavy, some were small. Funny how they all seemed lighter walking out that old front door. Before they locked the door, we found a little more than a place to pass the evening or a place to rest our boots. Before they locked the door, we remembered what we're here for. There's always room for one more soul, where kindness tells the truth. Tomorrow's waiting down the road, with fences freight and fields to tend. Life will ask its questions again, like it always has back then. But somewhere past another sunset, when the working day is done, there's a light for ordinary folks that still burns for everyone. Before they locked the door, we found a little more than a place to pass the evening or a place to rest our boots. Before they locked the door, we remembered what we're here for. There's always room for one more soul, where kindness tells the truth. The sign disappeared behind me, but not what filled that room. Some places stay beside you long after they've gone dark. Before they locked the door, I knew what I'd come for. Not the music or the laughter, though I'll miss them just the same. Before they locked the door, I found something worth more, a place where nobody's a stranger and everybody knows your name. Before they locked the door, I found my way back home. The highway carried on ahead. The night was calm and wide. I smiled into the darkness with that old hall still by my side.